Let's see what's going to be going on with Game Agents taking on London. Map number 2. It's 1-0 to London, but it wasn't easy. 16-14. They went to an overtime.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of struggle. I think Game Agents, when I was watching, were leading. Like, they were up on like 10 in comparison to like 8 at one point as well. So I was thinking, oh damn, Game Agents are about to steal this away. But of course, in the end, that was not the case. It ended up going to the overtime, being a 4-2 scoreline, and overall 16-14. It was basically a CS:GO game.
Yeah, basically same game.
In terms of the rough length, anyway. But yeah, a couple of kills already actually coming in there. It was Daxton and Zlatan to find the opening. Skill's going to be able to pull one back with inevitably his skills indeed. But unfortunately, that's going to be all that he finds. We hear the cheers in the background. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that was London indeed. The time is currently 16-14 as well. Mitch had to point that out to me. He was like, what are the chances, man? But it's all on Bumblebee, and I don't think he's going to be able to transform the situation.
No, I don't think he's going to be... I can't think of another reference for Transformers.
No? I just came up with a quick one. I wouldn't have been able to think of any more either, to be fair. So if you came up with another and I tried to think of one back, I'd be just blanking anyway.
He is rolling forward with it anyways, managing to find himself a 1 versus 3 after 1 kill on the board. Moving on over to the site. Bomb's down, but he's about to retrieve it. Continues to aggress, but this is just further information gathering for London. They know exactly where he is at the moment. Getting a bomb plant is virtually impossible at this point. As he pushes on forward, he's got to find multiple kills. Nice flick up, finds the head. He knows there's one more player up behind him. But does he have a read on the player coming through windows? No, he does not. There's no way he could, really. 1-0, London take the first round here on Liberation. And for Game Agents, it's a little bit disappointing. I reckon we'll probably see a weaker investment from them here.
So we found out that Pratik meant nothing anyway, right?
Yes.
So Rebirth just went with that name for the sake of it. It does look like a very French word, though.
But what does Natals mean?
Is Latin backwards?
What
Obviously.
does it mean? On a deeper level.
It might mean something secretly in his head. We'll have to go probe him for that.
Yeah. We'll have to
No
do
homo.
it. Whoa.
Just in case it was taken that way, you know? We'll probe his mind. Ooh, the leader. Oh my god! What the hell? This mic, I can hear it breaking in my head. A little bit too close, perhaps, but Jesus, that third kill didn't even need the iron sights. One more bullet being connected to the head was all that was needed. Indeed, it's all skills now. Gets one eventually, but being left in a 1 versus 3, you don't really like his chances in this one right now.
Yeah, I reckon you're probably just a little bit louder than Kaiserson, so it's
Yeah, Kaiserson's very quiet in general.
this is probably a little bit of an issue with the volume balance, and then we'll have to. We should have given you guys different headsets actually.
Probably, because he does stick to the
ones.
color, so he won't be screaming as much as I do. You and me do kind of a mixture.
Yeah, exactly. Down goes skills, and 2-0 we roll.
My skills go down every day.
London Esports expected to win that one, as Game Agents at the moment, obviously they didn't invest fully, so they're going to be able to get a decent investment out. Now this is where things should turn around, or at least hopefully they will. London already having that 1-0 lead is going to be weighing over them. And the further London pull ahead, obviously the less likely it is Game Agents win. I mean, that's simple logic, but it starts to weigh in on their mentality, obviously, if you're constantly thinking, you know, it's less likely to win this map. And it's getting worse. And it's just got me.
You hit like 3-0 and you're like, alright, that's not too bad of a start, but then you lose the next round, then you're probably kind of on an iffy buy a little bit. And then coming into the next one where you probably have the scope and the rifles, etc., you're already down 4-0. If that one doesn't go your way, suddenly you're down 5-0, and then you're like, oh god, this is terrible. So it goes from being like, okay, we can still bring this back to being, oh shit, really quickly.
Those really good grenades by Spirit. Gabox found one, got a tag immediately. Spirit throws his over and takes him down. Bumble and Gabox both finding kills on the push forward, and although they lose one, it is still a huge positive for Game Agents. They've smoked everywhere off him with the leader throwing over a nade, making a little bit of noise. He's trying to distract from Rebirth coming up behind.
Did he intend for that to go into dark?
I don't know.
I would imagine not.
Considering it was just as the bomb was faked.
Yeah.
I think he wanted it to swing on over and find the bomb planter, bounce off the roof. But he got it in the hole, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not normally a bad thing, but this time around it definitely was.
Yes, I believe you're referencing getting the nade into dark. And, you know, things exploding in dark. Guys always try to get in there and hide down.
Yeah.
Staying inside dark all day long. But eventually...
I bet dark
you know,
enjoys that too.
Well, it is a position that wants to be occupied. Let's put it that way. That's a good one. You can really sneak up behind them and just completely take them from behind.
Right from behind, yeah. Just give him the fist.
And we're just talking about Amory Saturday night right now.
3 versus 2. I mean, there's not a lot going on. Just the save coming in. Amory, unfortunately, did not save his virginity.
Good lord. Just taking it from the references just straight to the...
Just straight up. I mean, we've said much worse things on the stream so far.
That is true.
Into things we've been told we can say. So I would imagine that is okay. No about you. We've probably said worse things about you, but
No,
I haven't
true.
anyway. I'd imagine these have.
But 2-1, well, we've actually been told to stop bullying Dark. By
Yeah, I saw Sean tweeted
so.
that, but it's fine because he's not running this event.
Yeah, you have no authority here.
Even if we love him. Interesting round here now coming in. We see the buy overall for game agents being a majority just those Thompsons. That normally indicates you're going to see a little bit of a quicker play, but they do also have a decent amount of utility in terms of 4 smokes at least coming through. Not really the nades, unfortunately. But as we can see, they are looking to try and bring it on towards this B-bomb site. The pretty standard execute going to be going down the leader. I'm not even sure where he got that from. I'd imagine that was through the smoke because no one actually had vision on the bomb site itself. So a man disadvantage, unfortunately, for game agents, but they do get the bomb planted.
Smoke's down, going towards the window, but they don't fully cover it. Daxton's able to peek on through and find a double. A missed smoke can cost you a lot, and there's the proof of it. It's all down to skills, and he can't find it. There were 5 players left to land, so it's quite unlikely anything is going to come through for him. As London get a defuse through, they build up quite a bit of economy. Only 1 smoke saved over in terms of the utility bank, so it is going to be costly for them reinvesting into the next.
Yeah, it'll cost them like 3 coins each if they want to get the nade and the smoke, of course. So the question is, are they all going to go for that? You'd imagine they would. Being on the Axis side especially, it is important to actually have that utility. A team like London as well, you know that they're very capable with those nades of actually opening things up. So it's normally a pretty worthwhile investment. If not for opening up, of course, for the retakes, which game agents have been successful with in so far. A couple rounds at least getting that bomb down. So here we go. The buy this time around for game agents. Kind of similar to that previous round, but instead we don't really see much to support those SMGs. We see 1 carbine, we see the 3 Thompsons, the grease gun being kept into play by skills. I'm imagining he just donated over because he has 0 tokens himself as well. Other than that though, 3 smokes, 1 HE, and again the B execute going to be coming in. Pretty much the exact same play as the previous round. This time that I don't have spare smokes apart from just 1 on gut box to actually cover these positions off again. So that means they need to get in here quickly. They need to deal with the players that are here to defend, and unfortunately so far that's not going to be happening. Zlatan from Dark going to be able to find 1, and that likely delays enough now for the rotations to come in and for by the time they actually get onto the bomb site for the smokes to be gone. So this is very awkward now for game agents.
Game agents slow it down. They bring the bomb back over towards yellow. Yeah, but eventually just re-aggressing on through. Spirit found a double headshot, so why not? Bumblebee with another, and Zlatan's been shot from 3 different holes. No way he can get out of there. Bratike, aka Rebirth, is in a 1v4. MP40 in hand, trying to close in the distance and see if he can catch someone off guard. He's got a scope to work with. I don't really want to see him using this.
Where was he looking?
He was looking for anybody running up towards the spawn on top of the walls.
Oh, okay. You can actually see it over if they're running up like the side of the stairs.
Yeah, or if they're jumping up, or maybe just trying to get a boost if they'd pushed around that side to catch in. But it's not happening.
I didn't actually know that was possible.
He's been spotted now as Spirit gets taken down. They only know he's got an MP40, so it's not like an urgent thing to take him out. But with that sniper in the back pocket, I think he's really going to hope that he survives.
Yeah, he's attempting to back away slowly. You can see still being careful of his position, rather. I was going to say cautious and careful, managed to mix those into one word somehow. But yeah, there is a player around those steps, so I mean, escaping is not going to be easy, so his hope is to just stay in this position and survive over with the weapons, which should happen. No one's trying to actually commit too much to it. Game agents don't want to risk losing their own weapons at this point. So indeed, he will be able to carry over the sniper and the MP40. 3-2 though. Game agents have been impressive overall at this LAN. I mean, a lot of close games, which I don't think many people expected from them against some of the top teams. Unfortunately, it does seem like so far they've been just a little bit short of being able to close out the actual performances in general. Maybe it's the experience.
Well, that last map was phenomenal from them. And they did come in. People knew this was a solid enough team, but I think they were definitely underestimated based on the performances that they've put forward. Not that anyone came in not respecting them as a team, but they just showed so much more than I would have anticipated at the beginning. Really positive signs for them. I mean, making it to top 4.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to see anything from them online, so I didn't really know what to expect of them, but So far here on LAN, they definitely have been impressing. London are a difficult team to deal with, though. That is the issue. And with that, London continue to frag. 3-on-2 is what it comes into after things die down just a little bit. That smoke being dropped. I was going to say should give some safety to the players over on long, but Bumblebee has pushed forward out through Arch, so he's kind of got them pinned in. Nice little spam combined with the HE that he threw over. Is going to allow for him to find a quick kill on towards Daxton. One more player on long, which he's aware of, but it's going to be Rebirth who peeks in for a quick kill. Now it comes down to just skills in the 1v1. Rebirth and skills. 35 seconds remaining. The bomb currently in his possession, but as you can see around the tank right now, that's where Rebirth positioned himself, and I don't know if this is going to be expected, but Skills is moving towards this area either way. Oh, Rebirth's actually pushed up through marker right now. This is going to be interesting. If he runs towards the A-bomb site now, which he may do so, thinking he's clear, because he's like, okay, Rebirth's got to be on the B-bomb site. There we go. Now he starts running. So now Rebirth hears it. Nade goes over. That's not going to be spotted. The second he starts trying to plant, the nade comes in, just about moves out of the way. Smoke goes down, so the bomb should be planted, and now he has the opportunity to try and play this 1 versus 1.
That scope's going to disappear in a couple seconds. We're going to see the MP40 come out for the push on forward. But look at this, fading away. Skills is starting to make his way towards Broken Wall. Now it looks like he wants to just hold passive over towards the street. I respect it. Hiding behind the box, waiting for Rebirth to move forward. There are 28 seconds now to get onto that site and get the defuse in. Problem here is Rebirth has got a smoke. If he gets the read, which, I mean, he's going to clear out the site in a couple seconds. Check close right. There we go. Now he knows he's not around this area. Taps it, and he's looking towards the right part of the map. He's got an idea, but he's turned his back, and he gets taken down by Skills. Well played by Skills. Good timing, and unfortunate for Rebirth to look away just as he was peaked. For a second,
yeah, if he got that, I could have made a horrible joke saying more like Reedbird, because you said he had the read, but he failed.
He did. Now 3-3. Game Agents on the attack. They want to find a little bit more, but they're certainly on track for a good half.
Yeah, 3-3. I mean, if Game Agents can bring it up to like 5 or 6 rounds around the Allied side, they'll be pretty happy. But I do feel like London, especially on the Allied side, are going to be very difficult to deal with. Just because they have so much individual skill across the board, there's not really one player you look at as saying, okay, he's going to definitely carry. I mean, the likes of Max Strafe, etc., can be up there the majority of the time. But everyone is able to step up when it's required. As you see, Zlatan picking up that opening kill against Gabox, which I figured was Box. I figured the 4 was an A for Game Agents. Yep. But apparently not.
Same. We were having a discussion with Kaiserson yesterday. I really thought it was, but no, Gabox. That's how we're rolling. The leader finds one. There's Daxton on another. He's been solid on the long holds, and he gets another. Spirit down and out. As Game Agents are looking very much the same. Bumblebee's got a 1v4 this. He's already crept in. He's behind enemy lines at this point. They have no idea where he is. Trying to spot someone out. But no information given over. Oh no, he tried so hard not to make a noise. He tried so hard. But he tried.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't work out. Was he heard though? I think Max Strafe heard him, but he's not sure exactly where he was, so he should just know he's around this area at the very least. The issue being the bomb is down all the way over on B, so Bumblebee's chances of actually being able to retrieve that and getting the bomb planted are pretty much 0 at this point. There's only 17 seconds remaining.
Rebirth pushed all the way down after towards the Allied spawn, so he was clearing out angles, so they definitely don't know where Bumblebee is. 8 seconds left. Like you said, the round is done and dusted. Saving over this weapon is the only choice. And for London, they pick up another, putting 4 on the board. And securing it with a very nice distribution of kills. What's most shocking is Max Strafe down there, obviously not being the one doing the heavy lift. And like we said, Daxton's been having a hell of a game when it came over towards the long holds.
Yeah, 9-4 right now. The thing is, we know Max Strafe can still step up at any time because he's just, in general, so consistent. I mean, 3-3 right now is not terrible. It's a slow start for him, though, so we do want to definitely see him stepping it up. But he's got the time to do so. He's not rushed too much so right now. Ideally, though, they don't want to let a lot of rounds go. Daxton on the nade actually picking up 2. That should bring him up to 11 now. And the leader as well, in the meantime, being able to get 1. Bumblebee eventually trades back. A bit over-aggressive by the leader. That really wasn't needed, but I guess considering the long aggression was coming in by Daxton, they wanted to try and work off of each other. Maybe could have just timed it a little bit better. But either way, they still end up in the 3v1, so it is... it's not the end of the world, as I sometimes say. It's all onto Bumblebee. He already has 2 kills, so it's the ace clutch, unfortunately, that is needed.
He's completely boxed in.
Boxed in, I think you mean.
There you go. No way out for him. Zlatan takes him down and puts it 5-3. Now for London, the fact that they managed to obviously take 2 smokes through, it's going to save them a little bit of extra tokens, but they do have to invest onto Deleter and Daxton. A little bit disappointing for game agents that moving towards the B site that they're pre-naded that early on. That nade can be seen as soon as it goes above the house. And there was no calls there. 1 player getting cut off by it is unfortunate, but 2 is a little bit more than you should really be able to afford. Now pushing over to a 5th round. London have got the scope out on Deleter. This is where things get very dangerous, as game agents are yet to invest and calling a pause to discuss how they want to approach things. They can have some carbines coming out and donate over to get a sniper up. As you can see, Bumblebee's got 5 coins, so he's not that far away himself. It's been himself and Spirit that are taking the snipers out, often double scoping over towards the allied side. But to be honest, at the moment, I wouldn't mind seeing them just take a weaker investment. But with Spirit buying a Thompson, I feel like we're definitely going to see a buy. If 2 guys
Most
go
likely
down to just the carbines, we can get carbine smoke, and then Bumble can get a sniper out.
Yeah, they could do if they wanted to keep a bit of money. I mean, letting the 6th round go to London wouldn't be the end. It wouldn't be horrible because they could still try and then bring it back. But at that point, they'd be looking to try and actually bring it up to 6 themselves, at least 5. So it is a little bit iffy. So it looks like they're willing to just go for the full investment. The only issue is if this doesn't work out, they're on a similar enough buy in the next round. So at that point, there's the potential for London to kind of run away with this score a little bit on the Axis side. So this round is very important for them. Hopefully we should be able to hop back on into it soon enough. I would imagine that would be the case, considering of course already the buy has actually come in from game agents. 2 carbines, 3 Thompsons, 5 smokes. So with that, I feel like they're just going to kind of bring it back to that B execute that they were attempting earlier on. Because that's what they've done pretty much every time that they've had these smokes to work with. So I feel like that is kind of what they're going to go back to, rather.
Smokes down towards top mid. We want to get aggression coming through in the arches, clearing out green, making sure we're all good. Rebert's already found an opening duel using that nade. Spirit, though, creeping up on top of the ladder. Hasn't been spotted out in triple. He's just waiting for a player to get a little bit froggy on the stairs. Not happening as of yet. London playing quite passive around the A side, actually giving up all of the control. There's a player down below him there. You can see Rebirth. He's the one that's looking out, making sure they can't cross to the A side. And from that point, you don't need to commit anyone towards side. The issue there is that with 2 smokes, if they smoke off the connector, you're easily going to get a plant on A. But the A smoke and just straight push is a strategy that's rarely taken. Teams don't tend to like close plants. You need a lot of control before you can do it, whereas B is kind of an island in and of itself. As Spirit falls now, the focus should be the B site, but they've already lost a lot of their players, with Gabok pulling one onto Daxton, and he turns around onto Zlatan. That is huge now. This should drag rotations around from London. Let's see, Gabox doesn't have any smokes to use to block off Archway and potentially pull more of a rotate. Blue Angel needs to stay alive. He was being watched for just a second, but as he moves on forward on the opposite side of the wall, directly on the other side of the wall, there's a player, and he comes around, but Max Strafe is ready for it, spots him and takes him down. It's all on Gabox, and despite a good performance earlier on, he hasn't got what he needs to win this. Certainly not on the clock.
Yeah, smoke over towards heaven, but that's not going to be all that useful. I mean, it does block off one of the players, but unfortunately Max Strafe still has vision, and he's able to go ahead and just spam away with that MP40. I think he had done some damage initially with the carbine as well to make it a little bit easier for him to finish it off. So it is going to be 6-3. Game agents looking at their economy. I mean, it's not terrible. They have 4 tokens onto 3 of the players. 5 then on towards Blue. I think he had 6, but donated 1 over to Gabox, if I seen correctly, to allow for him to get a slightly stronger buy. So they do end up with 4 Thompsons, the M1 Garand, again the 5 smokes, so they're able to get those executes in if they want. But they don't have any nades to get opening kills, which so far have been very successful for London. We've seen even just in that previous round, it was Rebirth who opened it up at 1. So yeah, I mean, so far it definitely seems like the lack of nades has been harming game agents, but opening kill in this round at least comes in as Gabox gets aggressive in towards that A house. That is a decent start for sure. Max Strafe able to find 1, but immediately traded back. Spirit as well going to be joining in. Takes down Zlatan. Braxton gets 1 back on mid, but there he is eventually going down. He was the last man standing. Gabox finishes it off. 4-6. Game agents getting themselves another round here on the allied side. But They need at least 5 really to be happy. That is the issue at this point. London, their buy is very, very weak right now. Daxton has 3 tokens, so he'll be able to get an okay investment, but he decides to just go for the nade and the smoke instead, so keeps the MP28.
I respect it. Going in just helping out his teammates as best he can.
Am I correct when I say MP28? I feel like I might be slightly wrong on the number.
MP28, yeah.
I always doubt
Popcorn.
myself. Yeah, you just call it the popcorn gun, so I never hear you say it. That's what made me doubt it.
Because of the man we had on the couch here, Kostya. He gave me that name. Played with him the day it was released. And that's the...
He was like,
sort of rolled
popcorn gun. And you were just like, yeah, that makes sense.
I like food. That's good by me.
I'm going to guess it's because of the sound.
Exactly, yeah. Max Strafe's just found himself a double opening, securing tables and marketplace. You buy plenty of popcorn in the marketplace, but not today. It's closed for business, unfortunately. There's a war or something. Game Agent's starting to move in towards the B site. They've already got control of yellow. They've pushed up long as well. And here come the smokes and the pushes as well. Good box has still got a smoke to play with. He's coming in through the archway and eventually hasn't deployed, sorry. Nade's coming through from London, but they don't find anything. Plank goes down. London getting spams as well. Blue Angel eliminated. That's no bomb plan to get found. Just waiting now for the moment as the smoke dissipates. Skills drops down to try and find a player. There were 2 there. Not a whole lot he could do in that situation. Box has been spotted retreating back over. He's on top of the wall, trying to create a unique angle, make it harder for them to spam through and hoping that they would push through that smoke and give him a free kill. That's not the case, and when the smoke dissipates, I think that should be pretty much over. 2 players minimum going to be staring at him as he just crawls around. Hold on, he's isolated a kill, but Zlatan uses his big brain. He pushes right on over, gets on top of him, and makes sure that there were indeed 2 players beaking him.
7-4. As I said, game agents need at least 5 rounds here on the Allied side to be feeling comfortable. If they go down 8-4 at halftime, London then swap into the Allied side where they're going to be able to kind of control the pace, where they can let all that individual firepower that they have, all 5 players really just kind of more loose on the offense. That's when I think that game agents are really going to begin to struggle. Although I could be wrong. I didn't get to see all of that previous game. Maybe it was the Allied side where London didn't get as many rounds. Maybe it was a struggle for them. I didn't catch, so I'm not sure. Maybe you can give me the information on that one.
Well, we missed most of it as well, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You guys went for food, too. Of course, we did need a little bit of a break. Initially, we weren't meant to do both semis because they were meant to be on at the same time, but there was some delays. Yeah. So we were like, yeah, we'll hop into this, but first, dinner.
Exactly. Gotta get some food. That's nice. Ooh. Nice positioning by Blue Angel. They've walked right by and allowed him to have a kill. And this is the problem with getting over-aggressive. 5v2, you win that every day. But now all of a sudden it's a 3v2, and that's a much scrappier situation, one where you're probably not going to get away with it quite as cleanly as you would hope. There's only 1 player towards the A bomb site. That's Rebirth all alone. He's completely isolated. Now Spirit pushes through. This is a position everybody checks. You have to check the bottom of Shed. Rebirth's in trouble and he gets taken down. Now a 2 versus 2. Bomb plank goes down. Just 1 mistake is all you have to make, and a 5v2 suddenly becomes a round win for the 2. It's like the Spartans holding down. Nice wall bang by Daxton, though. He has been having a huge game so far, particularly on the B long hole, but look at the position Blue Angel's going for. This is where they took it to last time. This time he's pushing all the way around through broken wall. He's going to hope to jump on through. Evade detection. Now Daxton clears that out. At this point, he's thinking he's Shed. He's going to think he's actually on the bomb side or hiding in the back market. The play that Blue Angel's making should be relatively unknown. Daxton clears it, sees there's no one there. He's waiting for someone to peek. Probably going to be the left side where the markets are coming from. And that's exactly where Blue Angel's just rotated to. So his flank actually doesn't matter. It's the most likely position for him to be in. And Daxton was ready for it. Gets the defuse. And London Esports finish out the half with 8 rounds on the board. It's not the best half you've ever seen, but it's certainly good for them as they're already 1-0 in the lead and moving over to the attacking side where we know London are going to look pretty good.
As you said, not the best half we've ever seen, but it is a really good half. 8-4 is definitely a score they're going to be happy with. I mean, it's impossible for that to be the best half you've ever seen when it's possible to get a 12-0 half, which I'm sure has happened.
There you go.
So, I mean, you were correct with your statement. It was definitely factual. But coming into this one now, the second half, as I said, London on the Allied side where they can control the pace a little bit more. I feel like this is where they're going to shine through. I definitely think that they're going to be able to close this one out fairly simply with a 2-0. But I don't know. I mean, game agents have surprised me throughout this entire LAN so far. So I feel like whatever I say, they always have the opportunity to just go ahead and be like, shut the hell up. Prove me wrong. That's what I want to see.
Absolutely. We're happy to be proven wrong here. We're here to try to make sense of everything that's going on. And if we think something should be a certain way and it goes differently, well then, that's just a fun time for us. Be boring if we were always right.
Yeah, it would.
Be boring if M.1 won every LAN. Certainly not this time, anyways. So
Oof.
weird. Sorry.
Unlucky Pete.
We're going to have to keep rubbing that in. Very nice by Deleter. There's Blue Angel gone. Now we're going to start to move around towards the B-bomb site after faking out a bit of presence on A. Bumblebee's found Max Strafe, though. With the market push not going their way, they've lost quite a bit of map control. Rebert's going to lurk over here on A. See if he can catch something a little bit later on. I don't know how Spirit's in that position. We were looking at the other side of the map. He's now coming up behind. That bomb's being planted, but hello! Headshot found, easily domed, and they know where the last player is now. That's a disaster of a fight for Zlatan. And a free round almost for Game Agents.
Surprisingly stuck that bomb plant. It's not like they didn't know Spirit was playing around that area. I guess it was because of the angle that, I don't know who it was that defended them, but someone was defending them from like in towards the right, kind of towards the barn doors right there. You know where the cubby is, the noob corner. I don't know what to call it, like the noob hole. He was playing like below that, and I guess he presumed he'd catch anyone running in to try and peek above the wall, but mustn't have been thinking about the fact that of course someone could come through yellow and just peek from the window and have an easy kill. So unfortunately that did allow Game Agents to very easily stop that bomb plant, and with that finished a round out in their favour. So 5-8, 3 rounds now in the difference. London of course going to be buying right back into this one though. It is 3 carbines, a Thompson, and then we see Rebirth sticking on towards the grease gun so that he can actually get utility to back it up. Oh, and a nice nade from Max Strafe coming in, I believe, catching Bumblebee around the arches. That's heavily weakened the B defense. I think they might just commit quickly off the back of this, and that looks to be the case.
Okay, that was a smoke coming over. I was worried for
Spirit still has it lined up, though.
Is there a nade in the way?
Yep. Oh, now there is.
Spirit just got hit at 1 HP. Light going through, it's faked out. They're looking. It's not faked out actually, but they are looking for anybody to throw nades over. They spot a nade. Bomb planter comes away, and now back down goes the plant. As Zlatan or Natals falls, push comes through from Gabox alongside Spirit to land a giant advantage. 4 versus 2, with 1 player on the bomb site, Daxton, and his teammate not here to support him as Max Strafe's on his way around. They're hoping to catch an angle when these smokes dissipate. Will certainly be offered them. But immediately the player falls back. Now this round is getting a little bit stagnant. All the info goes towards Game Agents. It's their round to lose. They know where the last player is. They know where the bomb is. The flank is coming through from Gabox. Daxton's just awaiting his execution, and here it is. Good night and sweet dreams.
Yeah, executed from behind as well. It's always the worst way to go. Didn't even get to see his killer. Didn't get to look him in the eyes.
One final fight.
6-8. Game Agents with a couple of rounds now to kick off their Axis side. This is what they need. After going down 4-8 at the halftime, they need to be picking up at least the 2 opening rounds. Ideally, keep up this momentum now for a bit, which they should be able to do because this round's just kind of a half buy from London. They're going for the carbines, keeping the grease going. A few smokes. 3 smokes, so probably just a B execute going to be coming in the standard one. 1 towards the arch, 1 towards the heaven. And I think normally they smoke off dark as well, just to be sure. Sometimes 1 being kept in for a little bit later on in the round, and I think that is what they are aiming for right now. Main goal being that bomb plant, an extra token available for everyone will be a nice bonus. But they have lost a player before even being able to get that bomb down, so their chances of actually winning the round probably not that high. But I mean, there's still the chance for them maybe to find a few kills on this, make it a costly round at the very least.
Yeah, with all the utility Game Agents have to play with, all the advantages when it comes to hardware, they should be taking it across the line. 1-for-1 trades to start us off, but there's Bumblebee on the Car 98. You can poor old Deleter to be shot in the side, and Zlatan to try and 1 versus 4 this. He moves forward inside the smoke, trying to get the spams, but it's just not there. And he turns around behind, hoping Bumblebee would be caught off guard, but not at all. Did you know Samurai, when they would be in a fight or whatever, if they wanted to run up and kill someone, they would like scream the whole time that they're running at them so that the person would know, so they wouldn't like catch anyone off guard, so that they could turn and fight.
It's like, yeah, just like, I ain't no pussy, fight me, bitch.
Exactly. It's like, yeah, we're not, well, it's that there was no honor in killing someone that like
didn't defend themselves.
They've got their back turned, let's say,
yeah,
in a fight, and you just go up and stab them. It's like, okay, great, good job, you were in the right place at the right time. Whereas you have to actually fight them and win the fight. Oh, that's a nice jersey. Am I getting a free jersey, Baker? We can wear it on stream.
I don't think that'd fit either of us.
It's the only one, goddammit. I'm a small, okay?
You're a small. A small and what?
Height.
7-8, only one round of the difference, though. It's actually the better buy in this round for London, because of course they were willing to take the eco in that previous, so they actually do have a pretty strong investment. The only issue is already Game Agents execute onto this bomb site. Is there nades coming over? There we go. Nades beginning to come over. Daxton just sticking it. Balls of steel. And apparently balls that can take fragments from a HE as well, rather. Struggling with those letters just a little bit. Bomb goes down, 5 on 5. This isn't something that you see all that often.
Yeah, he knew that nade wasn't going to be killing him from the angle it came in at. Now you got London just hiding behind the smokes, running down that time, 30 seconds, like you said, 5 on 5. Game Agents are a little bit worried coming through because London have got more than enough people to watch all these angles. It's going to come down to a very scrappy, very fast fight. It starts off Daxton with a double. He's eventually eliminated, but Battalion, a.k.a. Rebirth's there to trade back. No idea Bumblebee's coming up behind. He spots out one in yellow, but he shoots off too early. Don't know if he struggles with that a lot, but definitely this time the knife fight doesn't go down. Bumblebee pulls out the weapon, and even the pistol can't stop him. Game Agents over the moon to win that one, 8-8. Screaming at the top of their lungs and finding themselves a tied game.
Yeah, we can hear the celebrations in the back. That's the good thing about being on LAN. You hear when people, when they win their rounds, they get extremely hyped. You can see London as well over there. They have a lot of viewers behind them right now. Even Kaiserson sitting behind them. Biased caster. Jesus Christ.
Biased. What the heck?
Well, yeah, I mean, 4 rounds in a row now for Game Agents since they've swapped over to this Axis side. I don't even know if we've seen London pick up 4 rounds in a row on their Axis.
Yeah, we need to see much more from London. And that's a good start. Rebirth opening it up onto Blue Angel. We're starting to move towards the A site. When you see an AXX come in, you know things have just not been going well. But they're faking that B first. Smoke swinging around. They're going to see what they can find. Spamming through. Making noise. Max Strafe again coming in through the markets. He's been playing this quite a bit. But generally when it's been B hits, he's looking to catch off rotations. The steps being heard there of Bumblebee. He knows he's gone into the top of the building. As Rebirth finds another, but down goes Max Strafe. He hasn't had success in market so far in this half. Nice nade over. Goes behind the shed.
Yeah, not quite. I mean, a tiny bit to the left, and that probably would have been directly on him. Unfortunately, didn't work out. But they'll still end up in a 3v3, actually, with the bomb having just barely gone down. So, I mean, it's not a terrible position for Game Agents to be in terms of the retake. Let's see if they're going to be able to make this one happen. The leader finds Gabox as he tries to come in from the back tree. Zlatan going to be able to shut down Spira, and there it is. Cleaned up pretty quickly indeed. London finally get themselves around here on the Allied side. They reclaim the lead. But can they keep that up now is the question. Because, of course, the opening 4 rounds of this Axis side for Game Agents did go in their favour. Only now losing 1, they'll be looking to try and immediately return it. And their buy is okay. Bumblebee has 8 tokens, so he can go straight onto the scope, which he will do. Probably get a smoke behind that. I think he donated it over to a teammate instead to buff up the buy of someone else. So, yeah, overall, pretty solid buy for Game Agents. They could do it a little bit more utility, especially considering they're on the Axis side, but that works. Bumblebee directly through the smoke takes down Rebirth. Ironically, it's Rebirth who's taken down in a church. It's going by the name Bratik at the moment. Oh. Spirit getting spammed down very low. He's forced to just fall back off immediately. With that, they've actually given up the bomb site, so the bomb should be planted, but it's miles away. It's actually in the hands of Max Strafe, who has a pretty long run through Graveyard to make his way here. So in the meantime, the rotations have already begun to come in from Game Agents, so they're in decent positions yet again. Blue Angel even managing to take down the leader. He was trying to lurk elsewhere.
I'm gonna get off that bomb plant with an 8. No, he sticks it. It's brave, and he gets taken down. The low HP immediately finished off. Zlatan a 1v4. He's got to do it all. He had been seen going up towards windows, but he drops down now. Look, they're ready for it, though. They're waiting around the edge of that smoke. Zlatan walks right into him, but Gabox is the one to find the frag and equalize it over now. 9-9. Game Agents keep, provided they find the bomb in the next 15 seconds or so. They eventually do.
I mean, if they didn't find it in 15 seconds, they probably should have just given up on Battalion.
Forfeit.
Yeah.
On esports in general.
Yeah, maybe just gaming wouldn't be for them at that point.
So first to 13.
Try some board games.
We've already seen overtimes come out in the previous game. 16-14 was the final score. We could definitely see some more coming through. No doubt about it.
Yeah, are you taking another overtime?
To be honest, the way Game Agents are going, I wouldn't be surprised if Game Agents take the map.
Yeah, with their Axis side so far 5-1 in terms of the actual score here. since the second half begun. We see Bumblebee attempting the rep LAN peak. Unfortunately, he's not able to connect it. We were pointing out that it is very difficult for even rep LAN to hit. It doesn't work all that often, but it's quite risk-free as well. You don't really put yourself in a position where you can be taken down, so it's usually worthwhile. Bumblebee, although he didn't find the initial pick from that jump peak in spawn, will go ahead and actually open things up by taking down the leader. Oh, and the B commitment trying to come in right now, not really working out for London. It's Bumblebee who just continues to frag, eventually Spirit with one of his own. And that was quick. Paul, do you have hiccups right now? Bad time for hiccups. It was making commentating a little bit difficult. Not sure what Mitch was doing. I think he was dying with asthma or something.
No, it's the cold I've obtained.
I actually wasn't sure. I just figured you were struggling to breathe.
No.
Game is frozen.
I ended up having
Why is it frozen? God damn it, Brahma.
You gotta take the disc out. You gotta rub it on your shirt and then put it back in. Yeah.
Some old school stuff.
No, I've been struggling with the cold this weekend because I was out last weekend in the cold in a t-shirt for like an hour and a half. Just sat there.
That just wasn't a good idea.
It's great. No, I had to.
Where was that?
Someone got injured and I was with them.
Oh yeah, when you were in Ukraine, wasn't it? Oh no, that was
Manchester.
UK. Yeah, sorry.
So
basically, someone broke their leg, and Mitch had to stay there and help them while being
frozen to death.
Yeah, and also being screamed at by people for helping.
Oh yeah, it was a fun.
People who think they know what they're talking about.
Some people are morons, is what we learn on a daily basis. But
basically, Mitch was there. There was a paramedic there. There was a guy who knew nothing. The guy who knew nothing tried to take control of the situation. Because of that, the paramedic was like, "Oh, someone has this, so I won't help." And then Mitch was left to help.
I was just emotional support. It was all, but it was everything. Like, it was okay in every regard. I'm not the one to complain. I walked away with all my limbs.
You walked away.
Oh yeah.
Just in general, you don't need to add anything else.
But no, it's just I've contracted a cold from it. So poor me.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could have contracted something worse from sitting on the streets of Manchester for an hour and
true.
a half. So count yourself lucky.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a clean floor. I had to get these jeans washed for the first time in years.
Yeah, when we first met Mitch, he used to wear his jeans for like 6 months at a time without washing them.
Not 6 months, like 2 months.
That is still too much. I don't even care that I overstated it because you came in with the 2 months and the chat are still like, what the hell?
No, because look, you don't need to change your jeans if you're not soiling yourself, right? Which I have a pretty good success rate at not doing.
That is not it, man.
But then also, as long as, so I would wear them, I stay inside a lot. I'm at home, I'm chilling, I wear tracksuit bottoms. If I go outside, I put my jeans on, but I'm a gamer. I don't go outside much. I
wear my jeans once and I immediately wash them. Maybe I'll take them a second time if I'm planning on doing something very quick the next day. Like I'm just running up the shop. I'll be like, all right, I'll throw these back on. But yeah, no, not for like a proper day out or anything. But let's focus back on the game because it's 10-9 right now with Game Agents actually in the lead, and they're looking to try and extend that, taking the opening kill in their favor initially on this B bomb site. Unfortunately, though, London will be able to bring back a couple of kills. I mean, when I say unfortunately, that always depends on the situation you're looking at. Because I was kind of at the point hyping up Game Agents because they were looking favoured with the initial kill in their favour. But at this point now, London with a 4-on-3. The bomb as well being tapped out. He had to get it down. They will indeed be able to actually stick that one out. There was no nades rather left, of course, for Game Agents. But there is 3 smokes for them to work with on this retake. Is it worthwhile going for it? If they don't get a kill very quickly, though, it may be a save in consideration.
They've committed a smoke to it, so I think they're going to be going in. There we go, 3 smokes down. They've got complete access to get over there and maybe tap that defuse. Lying down, here it comes. Daxon finds 2. They don't know if they've got the bomb diffuser or not yet. Oh, the angle for Zlatan isn't great. It's being diffused inside the smoke. They can't see him. They eventually spot his legs, but it's too late. And Game Agents take it 11-9. Skills just lying down in the smoke.
That's a tilter.
And they are getting so loud. What a round to win. London should have had that. They had players everywhere. At the end there, they could see his feet, at least on our screen. And the spams just weren't active enough. They got 2 kills. And I guess they presumed that the guy sticking it was stood up on the site. But it's very rare that they are, especially because you can prone in this game. And there was a wall in front of him. So proning's the way you want to go with that, really.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, he made the correct decision. As you said, though, once there was a player who wrapped around and in theory could have seen the feet, but I don't know if that was the case for him. Us from the spectate could, but even then, I think he had like maybe a second at most to get the kill. So, yeah, very, very difficult position for London to be in. Unfortunately, Game Agents do manage to just kind of stick that defuse in what was a, was it 1-on-4, 1-on-3?
1-on-4, 1-on-4.
I think it was the 1-on-4, yeah. So, I mean, that's a heartbreaking one for London. Now, if they want to finish this 2-0, at least in the regulation, they need to take all the remaining rounds here on the Allied side, and that's not going to be easy. Even losing the opening pick here in this round.
Well, for game agents at the moment, they've got a man advantage, but the bomb's about to go down. And he comes through, but doesn't find anything. They had to pack off because of it. Now the players in windows looking to peek in to stop this. Bumblebee's patiently waiting with the scope this whole time. Eventually he finds Latan, who was trying to make a move. That's dark clear as they begin to move on forward. Daxton goes down in a 5 versus 2. London falling behind massively, smoked out on long where both players are. Smoked out just about everywhere. The angle they can see from is the window. Max Strafe is being pushed down. The full force of the Axis side is all around him. And Rebirth not able to do anything. The defuse comes through. And this is 12-9. Game agents on the verge of taking this map and bringing us to a third, to a decider.
I just remembered we don't know what the decider is because we were told Vanguard or Coastal.
Yeah, we're not
because
sure.
The players couldn't remember when we asked them what the third map was.
You know it's good when the players don't know what the map's
We were like, what's map number 3? And they were like, Vanguard or Coastal.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like one of the other maps.
I think Dark asked them, and they weren't sure.
Kaiser did.
Oh, Kaiser did, yeah. He came over and was like, yeah, I asked them. They said they're not sure. It's Vanguard or Coastal. I was like, all right, you guys done the veto, but whatever. Yeah, 12-9. 3 rounds in a row is what London need to send this into an overtime. It seems like game agents should be able to close this one out to take it onto a map 3, whatever it is. B play is the goal right now for London, at least overall, because this is where they've committed the majority of their forces. They've only really left one player to hold for any potential flanks.
There's the smoke down in the windows, and London going to start to move forward. They need to fake out that plan to bait out the nades. They've been consistently coming through. Nice shot by Bumble. And here's the nades.
Oh, what?
Found, but it's actually a team.
How did Zlatan kill himself with a nade?
He ended his own life. I think he tried to nade up towards the windows, but it fell on the wrong side of the wall.
This is such a strange game. This is it. That we're going on to map number 3, it seems. Yeah, the leader has gone down.
You don't even need to hype that. A man's just ended his own life. Trying to put. I get the logic, right? You nade up. You try to get behind it behind the windows.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone nade themselves in this game, though.
I saw this tournament already. It was Castle McKay's, and we've seen it happen. But we had so you're nading over the windows. You're hoping then that the player obviously is going to run away. You can push.